All right, so we have our export of the type 5 report for the origination reports here. And we need to be able to filter this down so that we can see the items that were scheduled on a specific date. The origination report has a date in for the date originated, but this is related to the origination date of the call sheet creation. And we can see it here in column Z here. The problem with that is that if you are looking at companies that do not always create call sheets and turn them into job records on the same day, you could have a discrepancy in that information there. So we were trying to figure out a better or another way in which you could actually be able to look for the appointments that were created or the job records that were created on a specific day. So there is a notes field that will pull in the information from the job history section of the job record, and that's over here in column BP in this case. And we can see here that as I kind of look through these, we can see there's a date, a time, the initials, and then the created notation there. So what we can do is we can actually do a search using the filtering here. So I can turn on my filters inside of Microsoft Excel here. Once I have my filters on, I can go to any column at that point in time and I can actually filter out by that information. So I'm going to go ahead and click here and use my filter, and we can see here that these are all selected, and I want to filter that down, and we're actually going to be looking for items created on 6/21. So I'm going to go here and say, hey, I want to use a custom filter, or I can use just the contains filter. So I'm going to choose contains, and what we're going to say is we want it to contain, and we want it to contain the date I'm looking for, and then the notation that the job was created in that line. So in order to do that though, I have to be able to format it so that it's going to look for that information and not have the other characters or the other text in the field work against it. So I'm going to use some of these series of special characters down here. And so what I actually went and did was I did a asterisk, which is a wildcard character here, that basically says, hey, stuff can be in front of the 6/21/22. And then I put another asterisk so there can be stuff in between the 6/1/21/22 and the word job created, and then I can have stuff after that. So by putting in those three asterisks, it's basically going to allow me to search specifically for the date 6/21/22 and the words job created. I don't want it by that specific user because I want to grab all users at that point. So when I hit OK, now what it's going to do is it's filtering that out, and I can see now that I only have the two entries there. So now I can see that only those two items were created on that date. All right.